So, to use the t-table to find our confidence interval t-score, our first step is we need to go ahead and know what degrees of freedom we want, and we also need to know our confidence level. Now, as we've seen so far, the most common confidence level is definitely 95%, but it could be others, so 95% is most likely. After we have this information, it's fairly easy to go ahead and find the t-score that we would need to give us a certain confidence level. To do this, let's look at an example. Our first example, let's say the degrees of freedom is 17, and we want to go ahead and have a confidence level of, 95%. To find the t-score that goes with this, the first thing I do is identify my degrees of freedom row, 17, and I trace that across. Then I find my confidence level at the bottom. So I have 95% confidence, and I trace that up. Where these two overlap, that will be my t-score. So the t-score I will use for degrees of freedom 17, 95% confidence interval is 2.110. The only way this could get a little bit convoluted is if we have a degrees of freedom that's not on the table. Let's say, for instance, degrees of freedom 171, and I want to do a confidence level of 98%. To do this example here, I would need to go ahead and first of all identify degrees of freedom 171, which is not there. Remember, if it's not there, I always round down. So while 171 isn't there, 100 is. So tracing degrees of freedom 100 across, I would then go ahead and trace 98% up. And where those two hit, right here, would be my t-score. So this is t equals 2.364 for this one. So this once again has shown us how we find the t-score necessarily to have a certain confidence level on our confidence interval.